Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new Wolfman. And this film is from Blumhouse and directed and co-written by Lee Winnell, who previously did The Invisible Man, and proves again that he has an incredible way of taking these old school monster movies of Universal's past and putting them in a modern context, finding a fresh way to tackle them, and doing something really impressive. And The Wolfman continues that trend, which he co-wrote with Corbett Tuck, and this film focuses on the story of a man played by Christopher Abbott, who as a child obviously is dealing with loss as he's left alone with just his father, played by Sam Yeager, and out in the woods they encounter some kind of entity, and that's unexplainable to what we would expect to find out in the woods, but reinforces this idea of this disease, this animal-induced disease that's called the face of the wolf. And years later, you have Abbott's character, along with his wife and his daughter, going out to the woods in Oregon to clean out his father's house, and comes into contact with this entity and becomes infected. And this film works on so many different levels, from a thematic standpoint, from that opening prologue, which works so well, setting up both this creature, first of all, but it also really sets up the themes of the film and the characterization of Blake Abbott's character. And this film deals with loss. It deals with generational trauma. It deals with a disconnect in communication. It deals with parenthood. There's all of these different layers to this film, this beautiful collage of thematic elements that come together in such a poignant way. This film is tragic. This film is emotional and hits on a deep level. This film is not just like, ooh, it's a wolfman coming after people. It's much more complex and much more tragic than that. And how this disease completely envelops a human being and disconnects them from everyone that they love. And this film really deals with parental relationships, as Yeager's character is trying too hard to protect his son, and there's definitely some elements in this screenplay that are a little too blunt in terms of how it's presenting its themes, but they're still well written and still impactful. Like this father talking about how life is so fragile, and he is overbearing too much, trying to protect his son, that he pushes him away. And that is what drives Blake to want to be the best father for his daughter Ginger, played by Matilda Firth, and causes conflict with Julia Gardner's Charlotte, his wife, who's this professional who has lost the connection to her daughter, and this whole entire trip's to bring them back together. But it really forces her to step up in a way where she has to protect her daughter, because now her daughter's protector and her own husband is losing himself to this disease. And this film has this prologue, sets up these characters and these dynamics in an effective and efficient way, and then dives right in to this descent. And this is one of the most gnarly, disturbing, body horror focused Wolfman transformations. And it's a very grotesque visualization. The makeup and all of that is so perfect. Abbott's performance is so dynamic in how he's slowly changing and slowly losing himself, and how he carries his body and all those elements. And there's something really dynamic in terms of how Winnell is able to change perspective to show we see what the infected see. And it's evocative, it's eerie, it's a strange alternate world where human beings don't have eyes, they have lights emanating, and it's so disturbing and creepy, and it helps us understand the fear that he's experiencing, and then him not being able to understand people anymore, and that disconnect as the film's able to like use these 360 shots to show us transitioning from perspective back to Gardner's character Charlotte and feeling her isolation from her own husband. You feel so much in the course of this film, and it certainly gets to some points in the third act where, it gets a little bit convenient or a little drawn out. But this story is so focused on the tragedy of what this experience can be, and that gives us so much more emotional resonance, and it has these ripples and these cyclical thematic elements and motifs that really pull this whole entire film together, creating these parallels between young Blake and Blake's own daughter Ginger, and those elements in this. The filmmaking, the tension building, the camera work is so precise and dynamic and engaging. Winnow just kills it. The score has a lot of emotional weight to it, but it's also so eerie and just shakes you to the core. Benjamin Wallfish does such a great job with that. And cinematographer Stefan Duccio is able to work with Winnow to create such a dynamic space in terms of this film with the camera work and everything. It is a thrilling ride, and it really reinforces its themes and ideas and its emotions through the genre elements, through its story, and all of these character interactions. We feel so much for this family and the horrific journey that they have to go on. This is a lean, mean, gnarly Wolfman film that never forgets that it still has drama to be presented and has a soul and a heart at the center of it that really just drives us all home. But those are my thoughts on Wolfman. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.